So we're finally here. Don't Starve Together has just received a beta for the first major content update of 2019. So far, this update has been absolutely revolutionary. In order to access it, right-click on Don't Starve Together in your Steam library, click on Properties and head to the Betas tab. From here, select the option Return of Them Beta in the drop-down box. Steam will now install the new update. This beta branch adds a completely new mechanic to Don't Starve Together: boats. The old ocean has been replaced with a vast expanse of navigable sea. Although rather barren at the moment, this new area comes with a fresh take on the boating mechanics from the Shipwrecked DLC. Large communal rafts can now be built, allowing multiple players to take to the seas and even build floating bases. To get started, knock up a think tank with 4 boards, prototype at a science machine. From here you'll be able to become the coxswain of your own idyllic flotation device. Start with a raft kit, place it on the water, and then you can add modules such as sails, wheels to control sailing direction, anchors to park your fine vessel, or even an oar to manually control the boat. But don't let this stop you. You can build almost any structure on your special sailing circle, meaning that proper ocean bases are now possible. Sadly, you can't tether multiple rafts together as of yet. The update's still in beta, so there's a fair chance this feature will get added in the future, after the current version has been polished and oiled up. Right now the oceans are rather barren. Apart from the other main feature of this update, there is not heaps of incentive to venture out into the vast body of water. Interestingly, world generation in terms of the mainland also seems to have changed quite some bit. The game will now leave sizable chunks of water in between each biome on occasion, resulting in a sort of archipelago formation. All different biomes should still be connected by land, although finding certain resources early game can prove to be a challenge. But advanced rafting and sea exploration isn't the only new feature present in this build. For far out to sea, a corrupted landmass floats eerily, a harbour for all sorts of otherworldly denizens. Sail out far enough and you'll come across what appears to be part of the moon's surface that has fallen into our own ocean. Or perhaps the moon's influence has simply spread to a disconnected island. No one really knows for certain. One thing is certain, however. This island is certainly an unfamiliar location. When you first enter the island, you will notice the strange effect emanating from the area as a whole. Your sanity meter will be replaced with an awakening meter, or lunacy meter, which essentially acts as insanity flipped on its head. Instead of being stalked by shadow creatures at low sanity, you'll be pursued by mischievous gestalt at high lunacy, small spirits who, according to the survivors, talk to them, and also act as a constant annoyance by attacking the player, which makes them drowsy and puts them to sleep, although this action does no damage. Lunacy is essentially the opposite of sanity. If your sanity is low, lunacy is high. However, things that would normally lower your sanity will instead lower awakening while you're present on the island, resulting in easier control of the meter. As you continue to explore the treacherous isle, you may come across 3 strange inviting formations. Mining each of them and assembling them on a celestial vent will be the dawn of a new crafting station. The celestial altar grants access to a bigger and better celestial tab, which contains a better version of the axe with more cutting power and less durability, and a glass cleaver which has a large damage output. Both are crafted with glass, an item which can be harvested from the numerous glass boulders dotting the landscape. Currently, these items are the overall goal of exploring the island, although there are some creatures who may try to impede your progress in doing so. The island contains many demonic parodies of constant creatures. Spiders, hounds, and pengulls have all had a makeover. Fractured spiders spawn from their dens and have the stats of a spider warrior, although instead of a jump attack they spawn an AoE cone of damaging spikes. Further along the coast, mortifying moonrock pengulls can be observed frolicking amongst the dunes. Approach these beasts with caution. They will attack the player without provocation and can easily swarm you. Finally, should a hound die on these morbid beaches, a sickly sort of dog will rise from its former grave, a gaping maw held together by stitches of sinew. But not all is bad. Protein-rich stone fruit can be found growing on its respective bush, which can be replanted as other flora can. When harvested, stone fruit will never spoil until they are mined, which will yield either rocks or a delicious raw stone fruit. Overall, this update has been a huge step in the right direction for Don't Starve in 2019. Although there isn't heaps of incentive to use the new content apart from it being new, this is a lot, considering that this update was merely labelled as the groundwork for future updates. I absolutely cannot wait to see what Klei does with the new foundations that are now put in place. In this video I haven't described everything in excruciating detail because sometimes it's better to explore things yourself. Download the update, start a new world, and have fun. And remember, while what you might see may be unstable or unfinished, remember that this is a beta build and such things are to be expected. Anyway, thanks for watching and I guess I'll see you next time.